Didn't say.
Awesome.
Well, welcome everybody. Great to have you here for this X39 presentation. So glad to have you here tonight. My name is Andrew. This is my wife, Vanessa. We're senior presidential directors with Lifewave, and we've been patching for 20 months now, and it's absolutely changed our life. And we did a presentation very similar to this, and we are so glad we did because for our health and then our finances, it has just been such a massive game changer.
So this is what the question that was asked from Andrew's best mate of 30 years. We were just relocating back to Australia, and he rang Andrew and he said, "Hey, have you been patched yet?" And we're like, "What are you talking about?" And then he presented really some pretty amazing impact for his own family.
That's right. So he told me, he said, hey, I mean, he's 8 years older than me. He said, hey, my energy has gone through the roof. He goes, my hair's coming back. And I'm like, serious? He goes, yeah, and the color of my hair's coming back. I'm like, come on. He goes, no. And then I saw him like a month or so later, and totally true. But even before then, he just said, look, if you trust me, which 30 years of friendship, of course I do. He's a brother. He goes, just do this presentation. He goes, you love people, you're an entrepreneur, you love creating other streams of income, and you're into health and wellness. He goes, just listen to this because I think it's totally up your alley. And so we did, and we went all in from that day, and we've never looked back.
So the problem that this product solves is that stem cells we all have are on decline, and they are the body's raw materials. But by the time you're 30, you've lost half your stem cells. By the time you're 60, you've lost nearly all your stem cell activity. So people are living longer, but they're certainly not living at their optimum wellness.
That's right. So how the X39 works is it's a proprietary form of phototherapy. So what that means is we're heat and light. If you put those night goggles on like the military have, you'd see the heat signature of humans. So we're light beings. So what it's doing is it's reflecting that heat and that light back into your body, which then stimulates your copper peptides and then activates your own. And this is really important, your own stem cells.
Yes.
So that it can go to the parts of your body that need for it to go to repair and restore and actually start age reversing. So it's a patented nanocrystal technology. So number one, it's patented. No one else has this. And then the nanocrystal part is it's all organic material. So it's salts, amino acids, and sugars.
Nano just means minute.
Nano just means tiny, like can't even hardly see it. That creates a lattice work that is activated when it touches your body. But here's the massive part that really got me in was it's non-transdermal, which means nothing is going past the skin barrier, no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants, and it's non-invasive. So all it's doing is activating through your own heat and light your stem cells. So there's no risks, there's no adverse effects or anything like that. What I love about this as well is that it's super simple. Anything that's amazing these days is simple. Actually, it's so simple, I believe it was actually made for men because it's as simple as this little sticker. So it's the size of a 20-cent piece in Australia and New Zealand, a bit bigger than a loonie in Canada. And it's just take the sticker off the back, the piece of paper, put on the back of your neck or under your belly button, and that's it. 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Or if you have an area of pain, then put it straight onto that pain area because we've seen incredible benefits from that. But you must drink lots of water. That water with a Celtic sea salt or a great electrolyte is helping to flush all the old toxins and old stem cells that are in your body. But you must take it off after 12 hours, put it on during the day because you're going to get great energy over time, and then your body repairs and restores at nighttime. So here are some of the great benefits.
Sorry, I jumped to that quickly. Increased strength, mental clarity, so much brain fog going for so many people, reduced inflammation, the root cause of all disease, restored muscle and skeletal conditions in our family, scoliosis, some of those pains, massive car accident pains, all completely reduced now, increased stamina, energy and vitality, but it's not the nervous energy. It's that really steady energy, improvement of sleep, improved skin appearance. Improvement of sleep has had a huge impact in our family. We're dreaming like we've never dreamt, sleeping through Andrew's off his sleep apnea machine, and we are really waking up refreshed and alert like we haven't in years.
I used to be the tired guy all the time, needing nana naps and all those things at way too a young age. And this now, I go all the way to 9 o'clock if I need to. It's just changed that whole area of my health and my life, which for business and family and all the things that you value has just been so valuable.
This is not an overnight quick fix. So think a bit more long term. You can see the long term results and some studies over at thisisitinfo.com. But the first few days of you patching, 4,000 of these genes begin to communicate to each other again. So this is where magic can start to happen that you feel, but it's definitely happening on the inside. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. Within 3 months, collagen is increasing everywhere on your body, inside and out. We see the glow ups. We literally see people.
100%.
We see the nails. We see the hair. We see it all start to happen. Within 6 months, your heart is reversing in age, where they say your cellular age of your heart can reverse by 8 years just by using this patch for 6 months consistently. This is not anti-aging. The inventor says this is age reversing, literal organs in your body.
Put your hand up where you are if you'd like a little bit of age reversing. I know we all do, and it's incredible.
So there's this scan of a brain, a 77-year-old woman. All the inflammation is the red, and then there's no red in the session 3, which is about 6 weeks. Now, this kind of inflammation is not just in a 77-year-old woman. Little ones are born with this kind of inflammation. The stresses, the toxins, the things that are going on that come up against our brain health. So we're seeing brilliant results for kids with autism. We're seeing it with then Parkinson's, just so many of these inflammatory diseases in people's brains.
Absolutely amazing. And then what I love about this product is it's patented. It's a patented technology. The patent literally says, as a result of elevating the copper peptide, which we're all talking about these days, including the activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants. So here's 2 things about a patent around this that I just think is so crucial. Is one, you know, when you buy it through your brand partner, whoever bought you on today, you're getting it from the real deal. This is not in some, toxic warehouse somewhere where we've never heard of, not knowing what it is and what's in it. You know exactly where this is coming from when you go through your brand partner. It's coming from the warehouse of Lifewave. It has whole stringent processes to get right into your hands. So that for me is everything.
Yeah.
Number 2 is when it comes to another income stream, which we all need multiple income streams. Vanessa and I are leadership coaches and so on. We've always said everyone needs at least 3 income streams. The goal is 7, so that if things dry up or the job goes away, you still have control with your future and your life. And so with this, we have no competition, friend. Nobody else has this in this device, in this small patch. What this does and what it says and all the results that we're getting, no one else can copy this. And if it is, then you obviously haven't got it through Lifewave and you don't want to touch it from a 10-foot barge pole. So that also, from a business opportunity, changes everything.
So David Schmidt himself is the hero of this story. He's CEO and inventor. Now he has over 200 now patents, as Andrew was just talking about. These are not easy to get. They're all a process. He has specialized in age reversing since he was young, and he focused his attention on, he had other support patches, but in the background, he focused his attention on stem cell research, realized what this copper peptide does, designed the frequency of light to elevate it, and then he released this patch to market after 10 years of research and his own finances to release it. And this is what has scaled Lifewave all over the world.
And that's what I love about this. He didn't just slap it together and throw it out there. I mean, he was ahead of the game. 2008 was way before a lot of us were talking about stem cell research. And he spent that 10 years in his own finances to bring this to market. And that's what's taken this company, a 20-plus-year-old company that we're all starting to find out about now because of the X39.
So we're going to talk about testimonies because we want you to get your story and we want others to get their story. But we do want you to know, don't wait for your own story to actually share this with others, because the patch on you might take a few months of internal work first before you feel anything. But here's the kind of benefits you're going to track, because when you get these signs of wellness, everything shifts: sleep, mental clarity, stamina, all the things we said. So you're going to get a tracker when you partner and start to get your product. Take at least 90 days to notice these things, celebrate the wins along the way. And while you're doing that, just start sharing with others, because they might get quicker stories, and that builds belief everywhere. But you got to think 1 month per decade of your life. Go look and learn info. This is it, info.com. It's so inspiring to see the stories and learn from the inventor and from our sales team who is scaling this all over the world. Go to all these kind of videos right here, deep dive into them, and see some great impact for people. We get these stories every day. These are personal stories and
good news stories.
We've got good news stories every single day. And here's some before and afters from back and nerve pain and skin and wound healing and hair regrowth and scar tissue healing and all this beautiful age reversing externally as well, and major glow ups happening. We've got doctors on board, and
practitioners, everybody.
This was some of our team. We won't listen to them now, but you can get that recording later from your brand partner. But really, we have one story that we do want to share, and this is a incredible team coming out of New Zealand, and we love what is happening in New Zealand. It's not even like 18 months, I think, in the country. And so there's massive momentum happening, some great leaders rising up, and we just want to hear a few bullet point stories from Ray.
Hi, Vanessa. Thanks for that. We did a show on the weekend. I managed to speak to a lady who'd been in a motor vehicle accident. She had some facial injuries. Actually asked her if she'd had anything else, and she said, yeah, my back, it's really stiff and the muscles are tight. Asked to put a patch on her, so I asked her to put it on where the pain spot was. I said to her, I don't want any details from you. Just take it away, walk around and see how it goes. Well, within 10 to 15 minutes, her partner brought back 2 other people that were suffering back injuries that they didn't even know. So I patched them, and then a guy was walking past and I said, what's the matter with your ankle? And he goes, oh, it's fractured. I've broken it and the ligaments are all stretched. And I said, would you mind if I patched you and see how it goes? He said, yep, no problem. So he was about 6 stands along from us. I went down there 25 minutes later and I said, how's it going? He goes, I have no pain at all with the broken bone. So I was like pretty incredulous and went back to Chris and I said, wow, what are we with our hands on? Unbeknownst to me, he sent 4 more people back to our stand to give their details and get patched. So you can't sell the world's best kept secret if you keep it to yourself.
I love that. So that's absolutely brilliant and so true. This is changing people's lives, and the faster we get it out there, the more people will get results.
Yeah. And you know what, Ray, you just said something that we'll just land on for a second. You said it keeps unfolding the stories because you already had belief, but that's the thing. It builds if you share, because when you share, it's when other people get patched that you get to see what this technology does.
Absolutely. I think between Chris and myself, we end up with 65 to 70 leads. So it's pretty good.
Now, we've got to give some context. You were the only men in the room of a conference of women, and you're both good-looking men. But hey, you use what you have.
Here's it to your advantage, Andrew.
That's awesome. Hey, we love what's happening over there. So for anyone listening to this call or watching it later, do not just think, oh, I'm in Australia. No, this is in 80 countries, actually 100 countries all over the world. So let's just show you how it is that you can purchase this for yourself. And now you're already thinking about a whole bunch of loved ones at the very same time. So Andrew, just talk for a second about the company and what's happening in the company.
Yeah, we love this company. It's the fastest growing company in the industry. So number one, that's also something to think about. And it's a 20-plus-year-old company. So, hey, in these New Zealand, Australian, Commonwealth countries, we can be a little bit cynical. And I definitely was when I first started to hear about this. But, we can sometimes go, oh, is it a scam? 20 years as a company plus, you can't be a scam and be the number one fastest growing company when the whole industry is looking at you. The reason why this went from a $20 million revenue company in 2021 to this year will be $1 billion company is because of the X35. It's
X39.
X39. So I've been a big fan. X39. When this was created with that stem cell regenerative technology, that's what's taken off. And yet the world still doesn't know about it. And for the price of a coffee, less than a coffee every day. I live on the Gold Coast. It's like $7 or $8 for a coffee now. This is like $5 to $6, depending on which package you get. So it's incredibly, extremely affordable. And yet what it's doing is preventative and restorative. So I even see it as part of my insurance policy. I have an insurance policy. I think everyone should, for all those reasons. But for me, this is like an additional for my health. This is preventing things from happening as well as restoring and age reversing.
The vision of David Schmidt is to get this product into 1 billion homes because he wants people to take sovereignty back of their health by allowing their own stem cells to regenerate. But when you think about 1 billion homes, that means we as the brand partners have both the social responsibility and an opportunity to really allow this to have financial flow, because he gives 60% of what comes into Lifewave back to the field of brand partners sharing or building.
That's right. And it's a low startup cost and with unlimited amount. And this isn't, when you do well, somebody suffers. This is when you do well, everyone around you does well. That's why I love this company and why I love this industry. So that as we all reach out, help others, we're all helped as well, which to me is the way business should be done. Person to person, you win, I win. No one loses. That's what I love about this.
There's low startup costs. There's no limitations. You might love your job. We want people who love their job to stay loving their job, but you might need that plan B or plan C or just that breathing room financially. And that's what's created for so many people is you might need your health, go focus on that. You might need to create another stream, but ultimately what we're doing is this kind of direct selling model allows you to create the ultimate wealth, which is time freedom.
Exactly. And a legacy business for your children's children. This gets passed down as you build this over the years to your loved ones. And so that's what I love, creating other income streams that create opportunity for people and our families to have control over their future. And that's why we're so invested and so excited about this opportunity.
We get as excited about helping people really tap into that dreamer again because there's now some options financially as we do around the health stories.
Absolutely.
And so we want to show you when you get started by purchasing the product, it actually comes with a business license for a year. You might not choose to, you just might want to patch it first. Then you might want to go, hey, I'm ready to share. Then you might say, no, I'm all in. I want to build this intentionally like I would anything else that I'm doing right now. So we're just going to show you the 3 options of partnership to get the product at the best price.
That's right. So you've got the core, the advanced, and the premium. So it's simple. 3 different packages really for 3 different situations. One is the core, and that's someone who's wanting to just get started. You've got the 90 days minimum to get results, and that's just the beginning. Like we say to everyone, if you're wanting a quick fix, go to McDonald's. They do quick fixes when you're hungry, but you feel worse when you go through afterwards. This is longer term to get all of your stem cells going and to live in optimum health. But for people, they're like, that's where I financially can start. That's where that works for me. So that's 3, that's 90 days worth of these little patches, so 1 for each day. And then with that, you have the auto ship that really is that monthly that comes in the month later, that as you begin to share, because what I've found is everybody wants to share this, because as they start to get results, or if they see a friend that's in pain, most people, if not all the people I know, are generous people. They're going to want to give a patch or 2 away for people to start experiencing what they are and getting on this journey. So that monthly is to make sure they don't run out, and also to start being able to just patch others. And as they join, they can earn up to $100 per week, which the whole package around core is for those to be able to at least just pay for their own patches. That's the owner and inventor's heart. So that's the core. The advanced is what a lot of people jump in at. And really for two people, you get that 180 days, so 3 months each of the 90 of these patches each for you to start your journey. Then with that auto ship, for you to have that coming in so that you can start patching others, and gives you the business license to start building the business. And that's what we call, for a lot of people, sharing. So starting to get their health, back on track and getting their stem cells going again and starting to see results, but going, hang on for a second, I want to share this with my mother, my brother, my sister, my work colleague. Having that extra is so important, that subscription, to be able to do that. And then the premium, where a whole bunch of us jumped in, seeing the opportunity, wanting multiple streams of income, those that are also used to that, and realizing for around 60 minutes to 90 minutes a day, being able to start building this and getting this out to other people. You actually get 20 of these sleeves, so that it's plenty for you and your family. You're getting it at the best price. So that's the core is $295, which is roughly around 550 New Zealand or Australian. The advance is $535, which is roughly around that 1,000, which again unlocks that whole business plan and gives you that 6 months worth. And then the premium you get for 1,750, which is around 3,000 Australian or New Zealand dollars, to have 20 of these, to be able to get them out there. And then when somebody orders, if they order a core advance, they can take up to a week or so with New Zealand and Australia Post. And so with this, if someone lives close by, I can give them one straight away when they order.
For us.
And that's what someone did for us. It gave us 1 month so we could get started that moment. And then when theirs came in, they brought it back to us. So that's really for those who see the opportunity to get it out to as many people as possible and create that fast and potentially unlimited income as they really get this out to others. And so 3 different packages for 3 different situations. And your brand partner will sit you down and walk this out with you over Zoom to find the best one for you.
And we want to reiterate one more time, I will be forever grateful for the person that had purchased the premium and had the month sleeve, because the second we ordered online, his friend lived in Sydney, someone called this guy who we didn't even know. I just had a major fall down my stairs, which would usually take me out of action throughout Christmas for a few weeks, literally in bed with the pain I experienced from car accidents. Because that patch landed, that 30 days landed in our hand before Christmas, I literally did not take a pain medication, an anti-inflammation. I had the most amazing Christmas. And we keep saying it's because someone had more than enough than just themselves.
Absolutely. If I own a candy store, I have candy on the shelf. I sell it off the shelf. Now, this comes relatively fast, but to be able to have someone patching that day, that's why we have extra stock. Plus, we're patching people all the time. When someone goes, oh, I've got a bad back, when we're out, at the cafe or whatever, or on the plane when we travel a lot, we're like, hey, we may have a solution for you with that. It's just one patch, because one's not going to change the world, although many people get results very fast, so that they know this exists. But you go through a lot of those, but the return on investment, as people then, sign up and they start getting results, that's what is so important with this business.
So you now, from these testimonies and you learning about the technology, you already have names coming to your mind.
That's right.
So when you circle back with your brand partner, the first thing your brand partner might ask is, who else can you reach with this? Who else can you impact? The whole heart of this inventor is, let's go on mission together and get this in 1 billion homes. So we want to get you patching, but we also want you to think about who you know that might also want to patch, or really is looking for an opportunity, because this opportunity has transformed our life in the last 20 months.
And it's just sharing. It's as simple as that. It's just getting out there, sharing, calling your mates, going, I found something. Are you interested? They are great. If they're not, great, move on. And getting out to the cafes that we are and really just doing life. And that's what we've been doing for 20 months. And it's absolutely changed our financial situation, our family, and our health. And I now know thousands of people that are in our community, which you get as a part of this and a system and all of that, that I never would have known before, all around the world.
So circle back with the person that shows you this video, or if you're a guest on tonight, the person that loved you or believed in you or just met you and said, no, I believe this is what they need. And so this is an opportunity. Stay curious, always lean in, and we cannot wait to see what you'll create once you get patching and sharing.
Exactly. I only met Ray recently, and you just heard his story. Maybe in a month's time, it could be you sharing your story once you start patching. That's what's exciting about this. And Ray has another story of the business side of what he's building, how he's excited about that and seeing great results. So both, either or, it's right there for you.
Amazing. Thanks for listening tonight.
Have a great night.